Do-do-do-do, it's Camdork.
Hello everyone, this is Camdork and welcome to Season 3, Episode 7 of my Buildcraft, where we play Minecraft with the mods Buildcraft, Railcraft, and Forestry. And here we are, we're at the big geyser that we're now starting to pump oil from, and with this new train system that is... it's working, but it's not working so efficiently, and it's not working so 100% effectively. And we're going to be fixing that in this episode, just a few more issues, and also making it a little more efficient so we can transport more oil. But the first order of business is to fix things right here at the oil well, which we can do very quickly. And I've already actually started to do. You might notice that now around this pump there are 4 wooden engines. In last episode we were setting up a combustion engine which was powering this kinesis pipe, which was powering both this pump and that pump. The water pump was for cooling the combustion engine, and that pump was, well, for gathering the oil. But why not just use 4 wooden engines? I kind of forgot that the pumps are one of the only, or actually they are the only engine, or the only device in Buildcraft that can be powered with wooden engines or redstone engines. And so that's what we're going to do right now. We're gonna set these guys up to be powered by these redstone engines, and I think I can just do it this way. That's going to be the easiest. Yeah, this is probably the easiest way to do it. There we go, it just connected all together, and then we'll power this with, actually, we should just power it with a torch, because I don't necessarily need a control on this. I don't want to shut it off. It shuts off on its own. So you'll see as the redstone engines pump, we should be able to see some oil come out. Come on, there we go, little oil. Oh, isn't that cute? So these guys will heat up, or these guys will get to the flashing stage, and they'll be a lot more effective, but hey, it works. It'll just be a little slow. That's okay. Not a big deal. We're not really in a hurry to gather oil. We're sort of in a hurry to gather oil, so come on, hurry up. But anyway, let's address now the train situation. So the train is, like I said, it's working, but there's 2 things about the train that I need to fix, and we're going to fix them in this episode, and then we're going to see what we can do with the rest of the episode to start on another endeavor over in the base. So I think that's what we're going to be doing for this episode. The first order of business, however, is to fix some things of this train, like I said. One has to do with, I don't know, weird train funny stuff that happens when the trains sit and wait for a while with these locking tracks that are kind of obscured underneath here. You can see I put one of these guys, which is a control track, to try to change it. But basically, I want to tell you about the problem first, and the problem really isn't over here so much. It's in the base area, so let's actually make this thing running, and I'm going to go ahead and ride it back to the base. Eventually it'll... Once this guy gets... Oh, he needs water. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. He's just been sitting here too long. Okay, yeah, let's... Yeah, we need to make this a little bit more efficient here. Sorry, guys. There we go. There we go. Oh, is that going to make it explode? No, I don't think so. Right? Yeah, he's not fast enough yet. Anyway, I'm going to ride this guy, and, yeah. Without water, you cannot make steam, as it turns out. And I will meet you guys back at the base, where we're going to be talking a little bit about what's going on here with this train. So we're coming up to the base now, and hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about when the train does what it's been doing every time it seems to want to drop off oil. So we'll go ahead and let it come in and drop off some oil. As it's dropping off oil, we'll see right away what's kind of going on here. So you see what just happened? This locomotive is kind of turning around. It's literally turning around. It's kind of just it's got the jitters, and it goes forward and back and forward and back. And this seems to be an issue that that happens here. Now it doesn't happen with any of these other carts, but it happens with this cart a little bit. You saw it maybe wiggle just a bit, and this locomotive. Now what I did do was add some of these control tracks to try to push and keep the train to go into this one direction, but it seems like it just doesn't work. It just doesn't want to work properly, and I think I know the issue with this. And I think the issue is pretty simple. It's just that when the train is held on a turn like this, the turn is really just causing an issue with the locomotive. And you see, it actually like turned around. Get back here. Go this way. That way. That's the way your direction you're supposed to go. So basically every time it tries to unload, it does that. And you'll see now it's unloading the second one. And now who has the jitters? The locomotive and this other cart. You see them kind of going back and forth like that? And if it happens to be where they are going this way, and you know, the correct path when this is empty, everything's all fine. But if it goes back the other way, it's not. And that's the problem that I have here. I don't think control tracks are going to be the way to go because there's a locomotive, and the locomotive will do its thing no matter what. So if it's pointed in the other way, it's just going to keep on going that other way. So I have a feeling I need to readjust the track here to get this thing to work properly. So for now, let this locomotive do its thing, and then we'll fix it up. So let me actually just turn it around, go ahead and go the other way, and then let's see. I'll run it idle for a second, and in fact, probably should shut it down for while I do these repairs. Okay. So he's going to be ready to go. I will do a little bit of repairs to the track and change things up a bit, and it should fix the layout being fixed should fix that issue. Well, I fixed it, sort of, or at least I partially fixed it. Part of the problem was that this loop was a little bit too small, but we didn't quite fix the entire problem. So making the loop a little longer is helpful, but it's not the full part of the equation. And I need to move where I'm actually unloading my carts to help things along. And then we're going to do one further modification in a bit after we learn about how we can maybe even improve this further. So for now, let's actually just let this train come on in, and we'll watch it again to see what's going on here. So the train goes in, and in fact, I'm going to turn it so that it's slow, and it's. Right now, it needs to unload this third tank cart, and when it does so, we again get this jitter thing. Now, this cart just moved, but that cart really isn't the problem. The problem carts are this one, that one, and this one, because they are on a curve after the rest of the train is held in place. And so, really the problem is that this needs to move back quite far. It needs to move back probably, maybe even to here. Maybe if we put it right here, this would no longer be a problem. So we can actually try that. You know, we can actually go ahead and try that in a second. Maybe we'll try it the next time around this thing comes around. But I might move this back a bit, and we'll see if that changes things when the cart comes in for the next drop-off of liquid. While we're here, it might be worthwhile to point out a part which needs a lot more efficient, or a lot more gain in efficiency, and that is just take a note that the fluid loader it can hold 32 buckets, and each of these tank carts holds 32 buckets, which means that once the fluid loader is done filling up this tank, unless it is filled at a rate that is equivalent to how it exits the loader, it will be empty and need to wait to be completely refilled again, meaning that this process of filling 3 tank carts takes just forever. So it moves a little bit, then it moves a bit here, and it fills it once again. Now, note, of course, that we are going to have a problem once the third tank cart is full. This train might go backwards or forwards, and in the end, it actually doesn't matter in this case. But I definitely have received this train going backwards back into the base. It doesn't necessarily matter, but it's kind of a problem. And as you see, this fluid loader keeps on going up and down because it takes forever to get fluid from that tank into here. This thing takes a while to fill itself. So this process will take quite a while, and we can sit here and wait for it to go, but probably it's better you just to note that this process takes a while because it takes longer to load up a fluid loader than it does to empty it. That just happens to be my setup right here, but we can take advantage of this and still have it function to be pretty efficient if we change a few things. So we'll go ahead and do that, but not right now. Let's wait for this thing to come back, and we'll change the location of the unloader to make it a little bit better. So let's see what happens now that I have moved the fluid unloader from right about here to way back here. This should give it plenty of room so that the train is no longer on the curve, which was causing that issue before. Let's go ahead and have this guy run and see where it stops. Should stop and unload the first tank cart right there. Okay, a little bouncing in the end, but the good thing is the train fully fits here, and I think there's just enough room. It's got about 1, 2, 3 blocks back, and 1, 2, 3. There's just about enough room. Worst case, I kind of move this back 1 block, and it's okay. Alright, well, yeah, that works pretty well. I perfectly measured. Yay, the locomotive is just at the edge. It is not at the turn. So it should actually function quite well for unloading and now loading. But of course, this one at a time business really makes the transfer of the fluids quite slow. And not a lot can be transferred in one period of time. Most of the time, in fact, is spent transferring to the fluid loader and unloader rather than the travel time, which means that we can make this a lot more efficient. And let's go in the creative world now to see for maybe a solution with multiple loading and unloading of these tank carts at the same time. All right, so see you in just a second. It's time for a little experiment, and we're in a creative world now where we are going to see what happens when you put multiple fluid loaders and fluid unloaders next to one another. Let's see if we can fill up and unload all of these 4 at the same time. So let's go ahead and run this thing and see. First, it's going to load up on fluids. It's going to load up on this water here from this setup I have, and we'll see what happens. So as soon as the fluid loader notices a cart coming underneath it, it goes down. And you see all of these guys are going down, and all of the tank carts are actually getting filled up. So this seems to work, except you might notice something in just a second here. You might notice something kind of interesting. And that is, look at the rates of how quickly they fill up. And you'll notice it's kind of cool. It seems like this guy and number 1, I should say, and number 3 are getting filled up about the same time. Number 2 and 4 are already done. And why is that? Well, it looks like these 2 are able to actually fill up number 2 at the same time, and these 2 over here were able to fill up these number 4 at the same time, and likewise that only left this single fluid loader and this single fluid loader to fill up the tank cart, the first tank cart and the third one. And so they finish at about the same time as well. And we'll see if the same principles apply for the fluid unloader. And I should say, spoiler alert, they pretty much do. So they pretty much do. You'll see the fluid unloaders start to get to work immediately after they see a tank cart coming out from them, and you'll see they're just removing the water out. But if you notice, it's a very similar type of idea. This first tank cart is only operated on by 1 fluid unloader. This one has 2, so it goes pretty quickly. This one is sitting on 2 right here, so it goes pretty quickly, which leaves this last one to only pump from this last guy over here, so he goes slow too. And this last one, is slower than the first one, because the first one had passed over all of these, whereas the last one just finally got to that last one. So what that means is it'll start to move, the train will start to move away before this last one is emptied. It's not really a problem so much because it'll just stop again here if that last cart is not quite empty. Nope, it's good. So yeah, so it seems to work, but our situation doesn't have 4, it has 3. So let's see what happens with 3 now. So with 3 of them, we should be able to get rid of these 2. We can just have a set of 4, and if I just kind of get rid of 1, and do a 1, skip 1, another 1, and skip 1, and do a fourth one, or maybe put 2 here instead and 1 behind, we should be set, and these should fill up pretty much at the same rate. And likewise, we're going to guess to see what we do with this one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to actually do 1, 2, skip 1, and leave that guy, and then these 2 will take away. So hopefully we can do it before everything fills up, and give me some tracks. Hold on. There you go. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if that should work, actually. Yeah, that should work okay. It should empty our 3 of them. We should have 3 fluid unloaders and 3 fluid loaders. That should work, and we can do it all at the same time. And you'll notice this should avoid our issue at the oil tank, or at the oil well, where these guys can fill up, take a while to fill up, but thank you, hello. Yeah, this is the Perpetuum locomotive, in case you were wondering. This one's a creative one, so it empties that way. Ah, cool. Okay, so these 3 are able to remove liquid from all at the same time, and around the same rate. Once again, this first one is emptied quickest because it actually started to get emptied when it went over this one first, and then got emptied again a little bit here, and then finally sat here and started to empty. Whereas this one is the one that went over the least amount of fluid unloaders. So we'll just set up our base that way, and we can have it unloading really efficiently as well as loading really efficiently. Alright, so we'll just do it that way. Cool, alright, I'll see you back in the world and we'll make things a lot more efficient. Yay! There we go, we fixed it, and we put in the fluid loaders like we were going to right here before this train heads off back to the base. It is unfortunately getting dark, and mobs should be starting to spawn. We have it back on hard. These guys can finish loading up. This should work just fine. Let's go ahead and check the setup near the base. Yeah, this should be okay. We also might have to address this getting water, because the locomotive was being not so great getting water before. Alright, here we go again. Let's try to fend off the mobs here now. I guess I could go a little faster if I really wished. But, this is cool. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. I'm not really seeing many mobs right now, though. It's kind of odd. Oh, oh wait. Usually right here is where it's a really good spot for mobs to spawn. Including creepers. Get away. Get back. 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 Seriously. You. Alright. Creeper. There you are. Okay, jeez. And actually, it might be... it's like this locomotive is in the way. I can't see anything in front of us, including the skeleton. No. 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 Where are you? Where are you? You're up there. We're good. Yeah. Ready? Okay, what did I do? Did I shoot myself out of the... Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh my goodness, hold on. Get back here. Get back here. Oh, I really screwed that up. I really screwed that one up. Okay, okay, let's shut this down. Let's shut this down. Let's shut this down. Shut it down. Shut down. Okay, woo. We can actually do this. We can turn this back. And now we can have it running again. We'll just have it running in slow-mo. Kind of slow-mo, I should say. And I will go back here and attempt to save the train and link them back up again. This is awkward. Awkward, but it'll work. Alright, cool. Okay, so don't shoot the locomotive. That's the... Wow, okay. Guys, stop. What are you doing? Get away! No! Everything can stop. Everything can just really stop right here, okay? Alright, come on. Train's coming. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna get the... Oh, come on. Really? Ugh. Is it gonna push the stupid... Oh, it's gonna push the stupid train again. Oh my god. I don't want to push it back this way. This is a fail. This is a fail right here. Okay, wait. Idle. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Turn around. We'll do the link up right over here in an awkward fashion. Hold on. You know what? Let's... you know, I don't have an actual... Okay, let's see if we can do the link up here. Right-click. No, it's not going to work. Right-click. Right-click. Link created. I think we're good. Oh, you know what? There's another minecart that I'm missing. That's okay. Just go. Just go. Just go. Alright, there you go. Good. Excellent. Okay, we missed the cart that I was riding in. It might be on the ground or something. Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll fix it later. We'll fix it now. Hold on. Run right over the train. Running over the train. Okay, this is a little low ceiling. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. I should say it's actually really kind of cool that you can run right over these things. Okay, Ian, we're gonna stop you for a sec. I'm gonna let you idle right there. Okay, and we're gonna run here, and you guys can't come in because you're spiders. This has been an exciting night. I'll be right back, okay? And then we'll continue this, and we'll fix... Oh, by the way, as you see here's the setup. It is a fluid unloader, space, and then fluid unloader. This should work okay, no problems. I just want to put my little cart in there right away. I need a little food here first. I'll be right back. I'm gonna set things back straight in the morning and without mobs around, and we will continue this in just a minute. Well, that was quite exciting, and I have excitedly attached the locomotive back here, and just before, well, actually, I let it go over here, but I had some issue because I did not set these to accept only tank carts and oil buckets, so what happened is the locomotive came, and the locomotive stopped the thing here, even though it didn't really empty anything out. So I had to set these filters properly, and now it should run just fine. So let me let this go. We'll run it. And it should not stop the locomotive. It should stop the first tank cart on there, which it does. And everybody should empty at the same time, and they do. It might be emptying at a slightly slower rate because I have everything going through iron pipes and to connect up the oil, but hey, it works. Now, while they're emptying, though, I do have to fix one other thing, which is that the locomotive kept on not stopping here, and I think the reason why it wasn't stopping is because you have two things that are saying, hey, lockdown track, which is this thing right here. I need you to be there, so I think what was happening, oh, that's okay, the first tank was emptying. So what was happening is both of these were sending, or one of these, when it sends a signal of, go ahead train, I don't need you anymore, appears to override the other. So this fluid loader never got a chance to load up because I believe this advanced item loader said, hey, I don't need to transfer anything. So if I just kind of do it like that, I mean, I think the usage of coal coke is such where it is quite slow in the locomotive, so that it is more important to fill this thing up with water. Yeah, so I think we'll be okay. If not, we can always do a lockdown track for this guy too, but it doesn't really seem that it's necessary. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so let's follow this thing all the way to the oil well and see them all loading up real quick. We are coming up on the oil well, and once again the sun is going down because I cannot avoid mobs, so it would seem. So we might have to defend this train while it is filling up with oil one last time in this episode because we're nearing the end. We mostly have everything set. This should work now. We left it, and now it is all filled. So, hold on. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it'll go around the loop, and in theory, it should fill up just nicely. And I hope I have enough room here for the thing to work. And yes, I did remember to set these fluid loaders. No, I didn't, but I should. I should set these fluid loaders to only accept oil. Hold on. There we go. We should set these to filter oil. So I think we can do that here. And I might set them to filter onto a tank cart, but I think just the oil at least will be very good at first. And we're just going to put you there right there. But as you see, we are filling them up at the same rate, about the same time. I gave one more bucket to this one on the end, but as you see, the fluid loaders unload quite quickly, and even though this is not lined up properly, it doesn't matter. It's the one that's over top of the cart. And this is a way quicker process than it used to be. This is almost done now. So after it's pretty much done, and before we get totally inundated with mobs, we're doing all right so far. There you go. Everybody's filled. And the train can go on its merry way. Ooh, this is way quicker now. Yeah, the whole process is way quicker now. Sweet. And those fluid loaders are already filling back up. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to actually about do it for this episode. We've made our rail system and transport of oil a lot more efficient now. than it ever was before. And by the way, do not ever shoot this locomotive. It's a bad idea. Bad things happen, so hopefully we will not do so once again. But anyways, I will see you in the next episode, and we will be starting to work on another feature of our base. Don't. Okay, what am I kidding? It's really hard to actually shoot things on while I'm on this thing. Like that happens a lot, apparently. Oh, jeez. Anyway, it's probably not a good idea to ride this thing while I'm doing that. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, and bye-bye now. I gotta catch my locomotive. I gotta catch the train. Hold on. I gotta catch a train. I gotta catch a train. Get away.